Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to discuss some practice questions based on the chapter of adjectives. So adjectives are the words which qualify nouns or pronouns. We have already read this chapter. In this session, we are going to discuss some practice questions based on the previous year questions of SSC MTS exams which are based on the chapter adjectives. In this session, we will learn 25 practice questions and also detailed analysis of each question. Okay, so let us start doing this session and let us start doing the questions based on this chapter. First of all, here we have been given some directions for the questions which we need to do. Okay, so these are the directions by which will help us out in doing these questions. Read the sentence to find out whether there is an error in it. It means these are spotting errors based on adjectives. Okay. Now what we need to do here will be given a sentence out of which or of which some parts have been done. The error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. It means the sentence is divided into several parts and in only one part there is an error which is based on grammar. In fact, it is based on the topic adjective. The number corresponding to that part will be your answer. Now we need to identify that particular part that contains the error, and the number which is corresponding to that part, which is written corresponding to that part, will be our answer. If the given sentence is correct as it is, it means if the entire sentence is correct, if it does not contain any error, mark the answer as no error. So we need to mark our answer as no error. Ignore the errors of punctuation, if any. It means we can ignore punctuations. We need not check the errors of punctuation. If there is any punctuation error, we can ignore it. We need to only identify the errors based on grammar. Here we are discussing the errors based on the chapter adjective. Okay, so let's begin doing these questions. Question number 1 is, these days job opportunities are not as better as they used to be in the early 70s. Now, whenever we use as and as, we use this structure in positive degree of adjective. Okay, as and as can be only used in case of positive degree of adjective. So this is the error from the degree of comparison. Okay, so this is the error of positive degree of adjective. And in case of positive degree of adjective, we write the base form of adjective, that is good. Okay, better is actually the comparative degree of better. This is comparative degree. Whereas with as and as a structure, we need to write positive degree of adjective. Therefore, this better should be replaced with good. So the correct answer will be, these days job opportunities are not as good as they used to be in the early 70s. Okay, so here the error is in part A. So the solution is 1. It means our answer will be 1 because here this are not good as. Okay, so as better should be replaced with good. Okay, also we can write this sentence in one manner as well, that these days job opportunities are not so good as they used to be in the early 70s. In that case as well, first part contains the error. Okay, now let us move to the second question. Unless it is accepted to both the parties, an arbitrator would be of no use to settle this dispute. Now when we are writing accepted, okay, it means it is accepted to both the parties. If I write acceptable, then the phrase is correct, that is acceptable to both the parties. But here it is written accepted. So after accepted, we cannot write to, we should write by. Okay, so either the sentence can be, unless it is accepted by both the parties, an arbitrator would be of no use to settle this dispute. Otherwise, the correct sentence can be unless it is acceptable to both the parties. But this accepted word will not be accepted over here. This is incorrect over here. Accepted is actually the past participle or the past form of verb. That is the third form of the main verb. It should be, this to should be replaced by replaced with by. Otherwise what we can do, we can write this acceptable as accepted as acceptable. Okay, so here the error is in part 1. Both the points if we cover, only first part contains the error, unless it is accepted by both the parties, or it can be it is acceptable to both the parties. Here acceptable will be adjective, whereas accepted will be the verb or the third form of the main verb. So this question number 2, the answer of this will be first part, because this first part contains error. Now in these type of questions, we need to only identify that particular part that contains the error. We need not rectify them. So if we only know that this part contains error, that is fine. It means our answer will be correct. Okay, now let us move to the next question, that is question number 3. Computer education in universities and colleges leaves much to be desired. Here this word much is incorrect. Why so? This should be replaced with more. Now you must be thinking that what is the meaning of this sentence? Leaves more to be desired is actually a phrase that means something is not good over there, or it means if we are talking about leaves more to be desired, it means something which we are talking about. If it is not leaving, if it leaves more to be desired, it means that the condition of that thing is not good in that particular scenario or particular frame. Okay, so here the error is in part 3. Replace much with more. So this much should be replaced with more. And leaves more to be desired is a phrase, is an idiom actually, which means, or which is said, or which is used to say that something is not very good at all. It means if we talk about this sentence, here we are talking about that in universities and colleges, the condition of this computer education is not good, okay, or is not very good. Okay, so this is the correct meaning of this sentence. So the correct sentence will be computer education in universities and colleges leaves more to be desired. Okay, it means the condition of computer education in the universities and colleges is not good. Okay, now let us move to the next one, that is question number 4. 10 kilometers is a long distance to walk. Now here, if we talk about 10 kilometers, that is fine. Okay, we are saying about 10 kilometers. It means this is the distance. So we are talking about distance. And for distance, we can only use singular form of verb. So this is also correct over here. Now a long distance, so we are talking about long means very long, of much length. So this long is also correct, because before distance we can use the word long. Okay, so this is also correct. Now the entire sentence is correct. So here the answer will be 4th, that is no error. So the solution will be no error. So our answer is 4. Okay, that is no error. It means the sentence contains no error at all. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now this one is question number 5. Although the police officer sympathized with the poor, he refused to take an action against the rich man. Now as you can see, the rich man here also, before this poor, we need to write the. Why so? Because if we write an adjective as the noun, or if we show the adjective is the category of a noun, we need to put the before it. So here before poor, we need to write the. So the correct answer will be, although the police officer sympathized with the poor, he refused to take an action against the rich man. So the error will be the first part of the sentence, that is the poor will be the correct answer. So here the error is in part 1. Okay, so our answer will be part 1 of the sentence. Now let us move to the question number 6. The short story should not exceed more than 200 words. Now what is the meaning of exceed? Exceed means that it should not cross the limit. Okay, exceed means it should not cross the limit. For example, if I say that there are 5 people, okay, and one can stand in a row. Okay, now there are 5 people in all. Now in our company only 2 are required. Okay, not more than 2. Okay, it means if I say that in the company they should not exceed 2. If they are not exceeding 2, it means there is a limit of 2 people only. Only 2 people can come from this group to this group. Okay, we cannot exceed 2. It means we cannot have more than 2. Okay, if I say not exceeding 2, it means I cannot have 3 over there. And if I am saying that should not exceed 200 words, it means there is a limit of 200 words. It means no more word can be written after 200 words. Okay, so this is only a limit. Okay, if we say that the transaction amount should not exceed 2000 rupees, it means if you send 2001 rupees, that will not be sent twice, because there is a limit of rupees 2000. Okay, you cannot even send 1 rupee more after that. Now exceed itself means after this we cannot do so. So if it is saying that should not exceed, so this more than is a superfluous over there, because if I say should not exceed 200 words, it means if there are 201 words, they will not be accepted. So we cannot write more than. Exceed means of course we cannot go beyond it. So more than will be a superfluous over here. So the correct answer will be 3, that you don't use more than. Why so? Because exceed always sets a limit beyond which we cannot go. Okay, so this exceed sets the limit. Okay, after which we cannot go. So more than is just a superfluous over there. Therefore it is not required. So the correct answer is 3, because this part contains the error. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 7. The 2 first to arrive were the lucky recipients of a surprise gift. Now there are 2 types of numbers. One is ordinal number and another is cardinal number. We have already read this in chapter of adjectives. Okay, so there are 2 types of number, ordinals and cardinals. Ordinals are first, okay, second, third and so on. Okay, whereas cardinal are 1 or 2 or 3, okay, and so on. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. So these are cardinal numbers. Okay, now whenever we write any ordinal number, we need to write the before it. Okay, we can also use this ordinal as first, second, third. Now if you write it with the number Roman numbers like first, second, okay, now this will be incorrect. Why so? We cannot write this ST and ND, these superscript with Roman numbers. Okay, this will be incorrect. Though we have been writing number in these pattern since our childhood. Okay, but that is not acceptable grammatically. This is incorrect. If you do this thing, if you write in this manner, that means you are doing something incorrect. Okay, to write the ordinal numbers, we can write them like first, second in the numerals, also with the superscript on the numbers, that is first, second, third, fourth and so on. So before ordinal number, we always need to write the before it. Okay, so here the error is in. Also there is one more thing, that the sequence should be like first we can write ordinal number, and after that we can write cardinal number. We cannot write the cardinal number before ordinal. Okay, if I write cardinal before ordinal, it will be incorrect. Okay, cardinal before ordinal, this will be incorrect. Okay, this will be incorrect. We should write ordinal before cardinal. Okay, so here if I say the 2 first chapters, this will be incorrect. It should be the first two chapters. Okay, the first 2 arrive. So the first 2 arrive, the first 2 to arrive should be the correct answer. So the error will be in part first. The first 2 to arrive should be the correct sequence in a sentence. Okay, ordinal should precede cardinal always. Now let us move to the next question. Now question number 8 is, John is working very hardly as the examinations are fast approaching. Now there is a word hard. Hard means with a lot of effort. Okay, when someone works hard, it means he presents a lot of effort. But if I say hardly, hardly is actually a negative word. Okay, it is a negative word which means rarely. It means if I say he hardly works, it means I'm saying that he does not work at all. Okay, and hard means with a lot of effort. Okay, with lots of efforts. Okay, with lots of efforts. It means if someone works hard, it means he's doing something good. Okay, um, and if he hardly works, it means he does not work at all. Okay, so hardly is a negative word. Also, it is an adverb, whereas we need to write here an adjective that he works very hard. Hard means that he presents a lot of efforts, he do some good work, or um, he works very hard. So here the error will be in part 1, that is very hard. This hardly should be removed or replaced with the word hard. Okay, now let us move to the question number 9. Even today it is incredulous to think that men have walked on the moon. Now this incredulous word is incorrect. Incredulous is not the correct word. It is incredible. Okay, so this incredulous should be replaced with the word incredible. Why so? Incredible means something which cannot be believed easily. So the correct answer is second, that is incredible. This incredulous should be replaced with the word incredible. Incredible means something which cannot be believed easily. The fireman wore inflammable clothing for protection. Inflammable means which inflammable means which cannot be extinguished, or from which the fire cannot be removed, or it should not be uh, saved. Okay, but here obviously the fireman must have worn some cloth which will protect him from the fire. Okay, and if one has to be protected from fire, he should wear non-flammable clothing. Okay, non-inflammable. So the correct answer will be 2, that is non-inflammable should be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next question. The interim report does not analyze thoroughly the principal causes of the disaster. Now there are two words. One is principal, okay, principal, and another is principle. Now principle means the rules and regulations. Okay, rules. Whereas principal means chief. Okay, and also if we talk about principal of our school, we write principal. Who is principal? Basically the chief of the school. So there the word principal means who is the chief or the important. Here we need to write principal causes means the chief or the most important causes. So this principal should be replaced with principal, that means the important causes. Okay, so we need to write principal causes, not principal, because principal means rules and regulations. Okay, so here the word which is required is principal. This is adjective over here. So the second part contains the error, because principal means important and chief. Okay, it means important and chief. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. The soil was moist as there was little rain the day before. Now here we have a word little. Little is always used with uncountable noun. Also, little is a negative word which means negligible. Okay. Um, if I say little, it means equivalent to no or equivalent to 0. Okay, this is just equal to 0 or equivalent to 0. If I say little, it means there was no rain at all. Okay, but they are saying the soil is moist. It means there must have been some rain, because of which the soil got moist. Okay, therefore here we need to write a little. A little means some. Okay, a little means some. So we have three phrases. One is little, another is a little, and another is the little. Now, what is the difference among these three? Actually, little means equivalent to 0, a little means some, whereas the little means adequate or sufficient. Okay, we can say sufficient. For example, if a person is very hungry, okay, and if he gets a lot of food to satisfy his hunger, that means he got the little food. Okay, the little food which which can make him satisfy. um, okay, a little means, you can say that if he gets a little amount of food or some food, but which can actually does not satisfy, which can actually not satisfy his hunger, but at least give him some a pleasant, you can say pleasant, uh, for example, it can actually make him satisfy up to a particular limit. So that means some. But uh, get if he gets only one bite, which is just actually like an instigator for his hunger, but not actually satisfying him in any manner, that will be little. For example, if there is a uh, you can say a drop of water for the person who is feeling very thirsty, will of no use. Okay, so that means little. Okay, so little means which is equivalent to 0. So here little means no rain at all. But if we talk about some rain, so some rain means a little. So this little should be replaced with a little. Okay, this should be replaced with a little. That means some. Okay, so the error will be in part second, solution will be second, that is a little. Well, little, a little, the little is just equal to few, a few, and the few. Few means negligible or equivalent to 0. A few matlab, a few means some, and the few means sufficient. Okay, now let us move to the next one, that is question number 13. The manager wanted to know who had arrived early that day, the cashier or the accountant. Now we are comparing the arrival of two persons, that is either cashier or the accountant. So here early should be replaced with the word earlier because we are comparing. Okay, now earlier means uh, before, it means first of the two. Okay, so here early should be replaced with the word earlier, so the answer will be 2. Now let us move to the next one. Though its gloss can fool few unwary customers, it would not be difficult for the clever ones to judge its real worth. Now again, we have three types of words. One is few, another is a few, and the next one is the few. Few means negligible or equivalent to 0. Okay, a few means some, and the few means sufficient. Now if we say that few means that no one. Okay, and a few means some. Suppose I have 10 rupees and I went to buy a book of rupees 1000. That means this is I have few rupees, because this 10 is somewhere not existing in front of 1000 rupees. Okay, but if I get a newspaper of rupees 15 and I have only 10 rupees, there are only a few rupees left. It means I have a few rupees. Okay, that will give some positive sense. And if I buy the newspaper which is of 10 rupees and I have 10 rupees, that will be the few, because I have that much of amount that I needed, so that is sufficient. Okay, so this 10 this condition in which I have only 10 rupees, whereas the thing which I want to buy is of rupees 1000. That means my 10 rupees will be of no value over there. So that means few. Okay, so according to this, we are talking about some customers. So this few should be replaced with a few. Okay, so the error will be in part 2 or in second part of the sentence. So the correct answer will be a few. Now let us move to the question number 15. Of the billions of stars in the galaxy, how much are suitable for life? Now obviously, if we talk about much and many, we have two words. One is much and another is many. Much is always used with countable nouns. Much is used with uncountable nouns. Okay. Whereas there is another word that is many. Many is always used with countable nouns. Okay. Now, if we talk about stars, obviously stars are countable. Okay, we can count stars. So stars are countable. Now, if these stars are countable, obviously before that we need to write many and not much, because the stars are countable. Therefore, the error is in part 1, because we should write how many are, not how much are. Because the stars are countable, we need to write many before them. Okay, so this second part contains the error. This much should replace with many. So the correct answer will be, of the billions of stars in the galaxy, how many are suitable for life? Okay, now let us move to the next question. That is question number 16. In the background, they could hear John laughing and joking loudly. John was the life and soul of any party, and he was cracking a joke every 5 minutes. Sorry, every few minutes. So as I told you before as well, that it should be the party, because we are talking about the particular party. So here the error will be in part 2, that is the party will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the question number 17. In that wholesale shop, they do not sell fewer than 10 bags of rice. Now, if we talk about the limit, that is not less than. So, this fewer is incorrect. It should be less than. So, the correct answer is 3. That is, here fewer should replace with the word less. So, the correct answer will be less than. Okay. Now, let us move to the question number 18. I found the 2 first chapters of the book particularly interesting. As I told you about the sequence in a sentence of ordinal and cardinal numbers, ordinal should come before the cardinal numbers in a sentence. Okay, so here the 2 first should be replaced with the first 2. So the correct sentence will be, I found the first 2 chapters of the book particularly interesting. Okay. So here the correct answer will be 2, because the error is in part 2, which should be rectified by the first 2 chapters. However, we need not rectify the errors. We need to only identify that which part contains the error. Okay, now let us move to the next one. A moment delay would have proved costly in this situation. Now, a moment means a particular point of time. So we can say a moment's delay or a momentary delay. Okay, so a momentary delay or a moment's delay will be the correct phrase to be used, not a moment delay. Okay, so first will be the correct answer, because this part contains the error. Now let us move to the next one. When my sister was ill, I went to the hospital on alternative days. Now we cannot say alternative days. We can say alternate days. Alternative is actually an option, whereas we are talking about alternate days. It means one day after the another. Okay, that is one day, and after that another day I do not go there. I did not go there. Then on third day I went there, and on the fourth day I did not go there. So in this manner. Okay, so this alternative should be replaced with the word alternate. Okay, so the correct answer will be third, that is alternate days will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 21. He is a university professor, but of his 3 sons, neither has any merit. The word neither, it can be used only for 2 persons. Okay, if we talk about neither, either, both, okay, these 3 words, they can be only used for 2 people. Okay, not more than 2. Neither is used in negative sense, when I don't want any of the 2. Either means 1 out of 2. Okay, when we select 1 out of 2, and both means when we select both of them, when we select 2 of them. Okay, 2 altogether. So neither means not any. It means neither is always used only for 2 people. If we talk about more than 2 people, for more than 2 we use none. Okay, for more than 2 we use none, not neither. So here the correct answer will be none, because we are talking about 3 sons. So we need not make this 3 2. Now we should remove this 3 or replace this neither with, we should remove this neither or replace this with word none. So the correct answer will be 3, that is none. Okay, so the correct sentence will be, he is a university professor, but of his 3 sons, none has any merit. Now let us move to the question number 22. A cup of coffee is an excellent complement to smoked salmon. So here the correct answer will be no error. Why so? Because this entire sentence is correct. There is no error in this sentence. Now let us move to the question number 23. Do not get panicked in emergencies. Now do not get panicked. This is also correct. In emergencies, the entire sentence is correct. Therefore, the sentence contains no error. So the solution will be no error. Now let us move to the next one. It was a pleasant 4-hour drive from Pune to Nasik. Now whenever we write noun and before that we have an adjective, we cannot make adjective in its plural form. So this 4 hours should replace with 4 hour. So the error will be in part 2. The error will be 4-hour drive, not 4 hours. 4 hours will be noun, whereas we need an adjective and adjective cannot be converted into plural form. Okay. For example, I can say 500 rupee note. I cannot say 500 rupee notes. No, 500 rupee note. Or 5-year-old boy. I cannot say 5 years old boy. No, that will be incorrect. I have many works to do. As I told you that with many, we can only use countable noun. Okay. Whereas with much, we should use uncountable noun. Or with uncountable, we can say we use much. Okay. So here the error will be in part many. Many should be replaced with much. So the correct answer will be I have much work to do, or this will be work, not works. Okay, this should be work. Okay, so a lot of work to do or much work to do. Okay, so these were the question 25 questions that we have discussed on the part of adjectives. I hope you find this session beneficial and you have understood each and every question very well. So in the next session, we'll be doing some more questions. Till then, thanks to you.